Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Wartrain here. If you're new, do me a favor, please subscribe and click the notification bell down below so that you guys can be notified of every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, guys, today's video, I wanted to do a tier list of some of the Nintendo Switch first-party games. Games have been out for a while that Nintendo actually released. And I like doing these tier lists. I think they're pretty fun. But let's jump into it. So the first game on this tier list that I chose is 1-2 Switch. And that was actually a launch day game. I picked it up launch day, but I think I'm going to have to drop it down in the D for the dumpster fire. The game's not that great. It's good for kids. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, there is a lot of better mini-game compilations. I think Nintendo could have did a lot better on this one. So that one's going in the dumpster fire. The D list. But the next one we got here is ARMS, and this is actually a new Nintendo IP, a fighting game. If you haven't played it, it's really colorful, a different take on fighting. You use your arms, which are real long, and you can use motion controls or you can just use regular controls. It's not a bad game. It's definitely not my favorite. I do have it. I did buy it when it launched. It's not bad. It's just not the greatest. I mean, they did in Nintendo's on defending Nintendo a little here. This is a new IP for them, so that's good that they took a risk, and they did support this game for a while after launch. So I got to give them credit there. There is a pretty big community that still like playing this game, but it's not a dumpster fire by any means. And I think maybe with a sequel, it could climb up to a better game. But we're going to put that at C, because like I said, it's not a bad game. Alright, so the next one on this list is Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's just going right to the top. What can I say? The game's great. I think this would top most people's list, unless they just weren't a Zelda fan. Even if they're a Zelda fan, they may actually enjoy this Zelda game. Definitely a different take on the traditional Zelda. I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a great Zelda game. Actually, it's my favorite Zelda game. And I really like a lot of Zelda games, but this one, to me, it was top notch, in my opinion. Alright, so the next one is Fire Emblem Warriors, part of the Warrior series. It's a hack and slash. And this game's not bad. Definitely looks pretty decent quality. It can get repetitive and it can get really hard. These games have lots of things to do. I mean, they're huge games. These warrior games. I mean, it feels like you could just fight forever. The one thing that can get annoying about them, though, is if you spend half hour, 45 minutes on a board and you lose, then you got to start all over. That can get really annoying quick, but it is a good game. I am still am I gonna put it in C? I'm gonna put it in the B category. Not a bad game, definitely quite a good level of polish. But it can get repetitive and really annoying when you die. I mean, real annoying. Alright, so the next game is Kirby's, what was that? Kirby Star Allies. I can't really read. It's so little here, so I'm just going by memory of these games. So bear with me if I am a little confused on one of them. I have Kirby Star Allies. I bought it day one. I don't think it's a bad game. A lot of people complained about the game being too easy. Yeah, it is easy. I had a lot of fun playing with my kids. It's great for multiplayer. Not really a game you want to play by yourself. But as far as multiplayer with other people on the couch co-op, it's definitely a lot of fun, especially if you have kids. It's a game I'd have to recommend to somebody that has kids and wants to play a game that's fun with their kids and not too hard. So Kirby Star Allies, I'm going to put that in the B category as well. Because definitely not a bad game. It looks great. I mean, the art style is good. Kind of bland, but I think it holds up. And I think it's a game that will hold up indefinitely. It's just real colorful and just cartoony kind of game. Mario Tennis Aces. Not a bad tennis game. Actually, I think it's a really good tennis game. I never was a huge tennis game fan. But I gotta say, Mario Tennis Aces is probably one of the better ones I've ever played. Because there is a story mode, I know a lot of people were complaining that it wasn't all they wanted or whatever. But I don't know what you'd expect. At the end of the day, it's still a tennis game. So, I'm going to put this one in the B category too. Nintendo does make really good games. So, really, none of these games on here are bad. None of them are bad games. It's just some are better than others. Not all are created equal. Obviously, Breath of the Wild is not created equal compared to 1-2 Switch. Night and day here, guys. Absolutely night and day. Alright, so the next one on the list is Octopath Traveler here. This is a fantastic RPG with a 16-bit style kind of mixed with a modern style. It's hard to explain, but this game looks awesome. I love the art style. The music is second to none. It just works so good with this game. I'm a huge fan of this game, and this definitely belongs up in the same tier as Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. Some people may not like this game, but I enjoyed it, and I can't believe the amount of time I put into that game. Probably somewhere up around 150 hours. I just was addicted to it pretty heavy for a while right after launch. Played it nonstop for a couple of months and have played it a few times since. And once I start playing it, I don't want to stop. But a great game, definitely great. If you haven't played it, go check it out. It's definitely worth checking out for sure. Alright, so the next one's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm not the hugest Pokemon fan, I gotta be honest. I was a little older, I think, when Pokemon originally came out. And it just seemed kind of like a kid's kind of thing. But over the years, I've learned to appreciate it for what it is. And I actually jumped in and started playing some Pokemon games. And this is one that I have played. And I do enjoy it. I can't say that I don't. I do like it. I have Let's Go Pikachu. And I think it's fun. I guess this is a remake of Pokemon Yellow or Red or one of these. I think Pokemon Yellow. But these games, there's definitely fun to be had here. My son really loves Pokemon, so I definitely have fun playing with him and playing by myself. I mean, I put way more time into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu than he has. And I do plan on getting Pokemon Sword and Shield when they come out. So, this game, this is tough. This is tough. I mean, it's a really good-looking game as well. It's definitely got some polish to it. Ooh. It's hurting me to do this, but yeah, I think it's definitely A quality. It's not a bad game at all. Actually, I kind of want to go back to it now because I didn't beat it yet, and I kind of wouldn't mind beating it. I did put quite a bit of time into it as well. There is some repetitive nature to it, but I guess that's the whole thing with the Pokemon games. Alright, so Pokemon Quest. I don't know what to say about this game because I haven't actually played it. It's a free game. I downloaded it, but I never actually put any time into it. So I can't fairly say anything about this game. So I'm just gonna put this in the C category. Because it's free, it's not a major game. So it could be fun. It does have some microtransactions, I believe. But the game can actually play itself too, so I don't know how I feel about that. But I can't say it's bad, and I'm not going to really give an opinion. I'll just say it's an average game. Okay, so the next one, Snipper Clips, another game that came out at launch. The game too that they added some extra content to after it had came out and was out for a little while. I actually had picked up the version that had the extra content. It's not a bad game. You really need two people to play this game. There is fun to be had. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad at all. I'd have to put this in the C category for me personally. Okay, so Splatoon 2. Splatoon is a great game. Splatoon 2, really good. There's just the art style alone is just great, and the multiplayer works good. It's fun. The only thing I don't like is when you play online with somebody, you can't actually team up with them. Sometimes it's like random. Sometimes you're on the team, sometimes you're not on the team. That's one negative I have with the game. I do think the multiplayer is a lot of fun though. I think the single player campaign is definitely a lot of fun as well, and the game looks great. So I'm gonna put this game in the A category in front of Pokemon because I believe it definitely needs to be there. It's definitely a quality title. Alright, so the next one here is Super Mario Odyssey. What else can I say? I mean, it's Mario, it's 3D Mario, and it's an absolute great game. Great ideas, great implementation in this game. So yeah, this has got to go up right next to Breath of the Wild in, come on, number 2 spot. Because I don't think this is the number 1 game. Zelda Breath of the Wild is still my number 1. But Mario, you can be the number 2. Alright, so the next one we have Mario, Super Mario Party. This is another good multiplayer game. Again, great to play if you have friends or family come over. The online is disappointing. It's very limited. It could have been great, but definitely a polished game, a fun game, but I think there could be more content, and definitely lackluster on the multiplayer, but definitely a quality game and definitely a lot of fun. Let's see here. And now it's tough to put this against others in this category with these games, because it really is a game that has to be enjoyed with multiple people. But I'm gonna put this in the front of the B category, because definitely a fun game. Okay, so the next one is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, another top tier game. Probably the best Smash game ever made. Pretty much a masterpiece. There is a few features that they could have put in there, but they're still adding content to the game. So, and there's still fighters that we haven't got yet. But as far as what's already on the cartridge, pretty much a double thumbs up. I mean, this game's impressive. The roster is huge. The quality is top notch, and the gameplay is absolutely fun. The online is good, a lot of fun. So many stages, just so many different characters to choose from. Now, this is a top tier game. Now, I have a hard time between this and Mario Odyssey. Wow. Whew, that's difficult, but I'm just gonna leave it up there. Those two, I'd say, they're different games, but they're definitely tied for top spot. I mean, they are just great games. Alright, so the next one, Sushi Striker. Not a bad game. Hectic. You want a puzzle game of sort. There's a Nintendo Switch version of this game, and there's a 3DS version of this game. And it could be fun on either platform. So I am going to put this. It's definitely a decent game. I'm going to put this in the C category. Still, it's not my absolute favorite, but it is a quality title. That's for sure. And now Tetris 99. This is a great game. Absolutely addictive. Another game I was absolutely addicted to when it came out, and easily could get addicted to it just playing it right now. The gameplay's addictive, especially playing against other people. Lots of fun. You just wanna win, and not only do you want to win, you just keep challenging yourself. I think that's the main thing that makes it so much fun. I'm gonna put this up there with Splatoon. Yeah, I think that seems like a fair spot for this game. There might not be the most content, but I don't think there has to be, because the game just speaks for itself. I mean, it's just so much fun, and they have added a little bit to it, and it's free free if you have Nintendo Online. You can buy the basically get the game minus the online aspect for $10, but you could just get Nintendo Online and get it for free and be able to play anybody, 99 players around the world. If you get the paid version, it's more like a practice mode. But it gives you an opportunity to play it. You're just not playing against other people because you don't have the online service. So you need the online service to play it. But I think it's worth getting. Especially, it's $20 for a year. They do give you a lot of NES titles. Not the greatest deal, but it gives you online access, cloud saves, a bunch of NES games, and Tetris 99. I think it's worth it. I know a lot of people complain. Yes, their Nintendo's online service definitely needs some work, but it's not bad for the price. I'd pay more to have it better, though. Let's put it that way. Okay, so the next one is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. some people are mixed on this game. I know some people don't like it, and some people love it. Um, I'm somewhere in the middle, but leaning towards more loving it. It is a huge game. There's a lot going on, lots to do. Great story, great artwork. Definitely a top tier title, and I think it deserves a top tier spot. I'd put it up there, yeah, by in the A tier of games. It's not legendary, but it's good. It's real good. This S tier for me is like legendary games on the Nintendo Switch. They're like you must own them because they're just that good. All right, so next, Yoshi's Crafted World. Another game where people were, I don't know what they were expecting. It's a Yoshi game. I thought it was charming. I liked the art style. I thought it looked great. And I had fun playing it. Another game where I was addicted to the gameplay until I beat it. But I had a lot of fun with Yoshi's Crafted World. I was looking forward to it too, and I'm not usually a huge fan of all the Yoshi games, but I did like it. I did like Woolly World as well, and I thought this was just more of that style, but definitely good. So I'm gonna put this in the B category, but at the top, because I believe this game, after you beat it, there's not much reason to go back, maybe for another run through 6 months later, but it's not a game you're gonna dump 150 hours into like Octopath Traveler or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or even Pokemon for that matter. Alright, so the next one, Bayonetta 2. I love the Bayonetta games. I think they're a lot of fun. Just hack and slash action, just over the top stuff. Not legendary, but very, very good. I'm going to have to throw that right up into the A slot. And in these games, I don't know that I'm not really ranking the A's against each other. I'd say they're all just really good. I don't know that I could really put one against the other. There are a lot of different styles of games, and they're all really good, really polished, and definitely games that you need to play. Maybe not absolute must-owns, but you at least should try them to see if you should own it. Okay, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. The game with the crazy long name, a game that was on the Wii U, and that I do own on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, so I did double dip on this game. Not a bad Mario game, definitely not the best, a little uninspired, but there's fun to be had. I mean, it's Mario. I'm gonna put this in the A category as well, because it still is a quality game, and definitely there can be quite a bit of fun with that game. Alright, Hyrule Warriors. A lot of fun there. Another game that was on the Wii U. Polished. More hack and slash gameplay from the Warriors series. So a little more of the same. Just like Fire Emblem. But it's Zelda. So in my book it automatically gets raised a little bit. This game is huge. There's just so much content. I mean, you could probably play this game forever, honestly. You get all the DLC and all these extra story modes, and I mean, there's just so much. There's modes that I haven't even touched in this game. There's just so much content, and I put quite a bit of time into it. This game goes to the A category. Same with the Wii U version of it, but this version of it is like the ultimate version, though. I mean, it looks better on Switch. It plays way better. The frame rate is much smoother. and you get all the content, which it's absolutely the definitive version of this game. You even get the 3DS content from it. So there's just so much content. You get your money's worth with this game. It's absolutely worth the $60 price tag, the price of admission for sure, because you can play that game for almost ever. Okay, so we got 2 games left. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Both, again, Wii U titles that made it onto the Switch. Wow, these last couple are all Wii U games that came over. And you know what? They're all absolutely great games. Some of the Wii U's finest. And they're even fine games on the Nintendo Switch. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, I think it's a lot of fun. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely a fun game. I'm going to put that in the upper B tier. It's not a must own, but I think it's something everybody should check it out and see if it's something they're into. Definitely got some puzzle elements that can be fun if you like puzzles, which I do. So, really great art style. Game will hold up indefinitely. A lot of fun. And last but not least, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. A very controversial game because of the price tag of this game. At the same time, you could buy this game for $20 on the Wii U because I believe it was like a Nintendo Select, one of their top selling games, kind of like a greatest hit or whatever. And they have put it on the Nintendo Switch, added a Funky Kong easy mode to the game because it's hard, and slapped a $60 price tag on it, which left a pretty sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. But you know what? This game is very, very good. It is absolutely high quality and maybe one of the best Donkey Kong games that have ever been made. It's one of the best platformers, I believe, ever made. It's just a great game. And I'm going to put that right up to the S tier. I think it's a must-own. Maybe not a must-own for everybody at $60, but if you can find that game at a discounted price, pick it up. Especially if you're into platformers, because, man, it is quality all the way. I had a blast playing that game. Another game I was addicted to the gameplay, just because I wanted to see what the next levels were, because the art style was so much fun. It was done so well, and just everything, the music, the lighting, just the gameplay, it was so fun and super inspired. Not like Mario Wii U Deluxe, whatever, which was a little bland. Not Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. There's nothing plain about that game. It is just quality through and through. So I'd say it's a must-own on Nintendo Switch or the Wii. Definitely on the Wii U. It's one of the best games on the Wii U, besides Breath of the Wild. And then there's other ones on the Wii U, but like Super Mario 3D Land. But this is my tier maker list. Just a random bunch of Nintendo Switch games. Seems to be that they're all like first-party Nintendo games for the most part, but all really good games. I mean, except for maybe 1-2 Switch is probably, in my opinion, maybe one of the weaker ones on this list. But there's definitely some great titles here. And how would you guys rank these? If you have a Nintendo Switch and you've played these games on the Nintendo Switch or the Wii U, drop some comments. Let me know how you would rank these games. I'd really like to know what you guys think. Is there something you would take out of the top spot and put in its place? I mean, would you, rather have, in your pick, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as an S tier game, instead of maybe Octopath Traveler or Donkey Kong, or maybe Pokemon would get the top spots or whatever. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'd really like to know. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I put out content like this every day. So I hope you enjoyed it. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one.